Okay, we're gonna continue with the third day of the challenge. I've still got the same thoughts. I still think at some point we're gonna come down to this level. What's happening on the daily right now is if this goes down, we have an immediate rebalance, which does kind of put the icing on the cake for Price to get down to here. There's not really anything else in its way. Don't know what I've done there. Yeah, there's not really anything else in its way to get there. I think the midpoint of this order block, is under that price anyway. So there's not really too much here. We have a fair value gap. The order block of this range here, but this is obviously the one to look at. And other than that, we've just got a couple of wicks here that we could look at. But at that point, you're just using everything, which is totally unnecessary. Just look at the main things in that range, which will always be the order block, the fair value gap, the highs, the lows, and that's kind of it. You can look at these things when you've got nothing left, but when you've got every single thing in your screen, you are just trying to overcomplicate it without knowing, really. Because if you have 15 levels on your screen, you don't know where it's going to go, you don't know why it's held there, and you kind of want to avoid that by just having a couple of levels. Okay, so these are the levels I'll be looking at for today's session. Is the midpoint of this wick, just because it could come all the way up to here before it goes down for the immediate rebalance. It could also come all the way back up here and still be immediate rebalance. If we're not going to go down from here, we're going to start seeing this midpoint of yesterday's candle be gain, which will be the new order block, trying to tackle into this range. And if those all go, then it's kind of on set that direction is going to try and change, break this, come back down, to inevitably get those highs gone. But until any of that happens, we can still just remain that this is going to go down. So I'll be looking to see if price can come up momentarily to this level, maybe retest this. It would still be the immediate rebalance, and then try and proceed down for the rest of the week. You know, this could take another 4 days before we get here. It doesn't have to do it in this day or the next day. But judging from the size of the candles, if we get another downwards candle, it would probably go down and test this low here, try and break it, which would be nice. And then we can come down here, sweep these lows, come back up to this range, and kind of just do the same thing. So I have marked that midpoint of that ungained bullish order block, just to see what's going on there, because if we're holding above it, you know, we're most likely going to come up to gain that, wherever that is, all the way up here. We might come up to gain that, so that's quite high up. So if we're holding that, that's where the target might be. If we're not and we're unable to get above it, like we are doing right now, then target remains all the way down here. But if we go on the 15-minute here, we've got a couple of highs that we can go to if we do break out this range. These and the lower ones, but I'll just look at the top ones. We failed to move down after sweeping, then we had a double sweep a couple hours later here. So if we've got a double sweep, it's trying to confirm that move down. What aids in that is we close the lows here. We're coming up right now to retest the high of the range. We've got this daily level which can help out with that downwards movement. So right now I'll be anticipating us coming back down to this range down here, anything down here. So what you can do is start looking for shorts. If we're closing lows, sweeping off the top of the high time frame level, we're going to try and come back down to this range. So with that being said, I'm going to start looking for shorts here. If we close this low here, We're going to try and get back up here before we go down. Doesn't have to do that, it could just test aggressively off of that. Our target is either here or these equal lows, or we just play it for the bottom, go for the, if it's going to try and go up, the bullish order block there, or you have it at the low, whatever really fits your risk management, or you know how much you want to get in a certain trade. But yeah, this is what I'll be waiting for right now. I'll be waiting for this to close. I'm not seeing this as a sweep. This could, if this immediate rebalances here and we still don't close, I would be okay with taking the low of this candle down this target here. We also have an ATT now coming in, so if it's down, we might get a trade up before it goes down. If it's up, it will, in my opinion, just go down from there. So that's something to wait for right now. Wait about 1 or 2 minutes before we try and look for anything, just to kind of diminish the risk of getting an unnecessary loss that could have been avoided by just waiting for that ATT to get put in and then look for something. Okay, this is try to go instead. Sorry, not instead. You didn't even see the one I tried again. I went for 5 minis here the moment we had the thing up. That missed, so I thought, you know what, we either miss this or we try and just go for this, anticipating it's going to close with that aggression in that candle. So that's exactly what I did. We take these down to this low. That's 73. It's already hit, so I'm not going to settle for that. We'll try and go for a bit more down here. $141. Don't want to lose anything on this anymore. Big candle here. I think if this closes down, we can at least travel to here, or just do immediate rebalance, which I will do. If it does accrete, it does not. Not really anywhere to travel yet. And this would be the difference of trying to just look up the first target, or trying to go for a bit more. This is kind of how you'd have to trail. Whereas now we've got a big candle there, I can at least trail to that. So we want these to break down. We could have got out there for 72, which would have been nice, I think. In hindsight, that would have been the better option, obviously. But that's what we're trying to do in that move, is play for the bigger move, which I feel if you're doing that, you kind of have to acknowledge it might come up, stop you out, go back down. That's why I kind of always recommend you to take an easiest target, getting a second trade, and getting both sets of wins there. Because I'm going to straight up look for a re-entry right now, because we've tested into this range, back tested out, getting held down by this fair value gap. We've got the inversion fair value gap as well. We can straight up go for something like this, or we can try and get the midpoint of the wick once it closes. Whatever really, you know, you feels best. I would try and go for something where I can still get 3 minis, which would be around this price, which we can go for with the correct stop loss as well. And then we'll try and get that down to this low for 93. So right now we could have waited for that 82. There's one coming up in 2 minutes, which might have been a better idea. I think this is it's a very aggressive trade, as you tell. I didn't really wait for anything. I just kind of got in anticipating that gap holding, the back test of that low kind of holding us down, and yeah, I just got in before anything got kind of confirmed, which is going to be the type of trades where you do get stopped out on a lot more than these waiting for order block type stuff. Because the thing is, I could have now been in stop loss here, and that would have been a better shot, because now you've waited for this level to be gained, kind of trying to set up that move down. Whereas where I got in, there's nothing really there. So we did pick up a loss there. That's what happens with fairly aggressive moves. It is unfortunate when you're down on the day and it's like, oh, I could have just walked away with this, gone in for that, right? And this proves my point perfectly about getting easiest target, trying to go for the second move. I would have been up about $30 still, but I'm down 43, which is why taking the easiest target. And then, if you feel it's worthy enough to go for a re-entry, do so, because that's where you will get a win and a loss, but it's better than the outcome that I just got, which is negative 43. So, yeah, I will definitely advise you to always look up the easiest target for now, or even just forever. You don't have to go for these, outrageous targets, because the thing is, no move really just dies straight away, does it? It takes a while. So I think what we're going to stick to here is just going for the easy targets, looking up what we can, and then going straight into the next trade from there. Okay, so this is the next trade we went for. We failed to break this. Already had the bias down. Retested these. Saw we was gaining this. Failed this wick, so I went for that. That trade there. We are just going to try to go for this now. Easiest target. I do think this one will break down and go quite aggressively down to here. So we could give it the benefit of that, try and get more out of this, but I think just getting out there, looking up something again. Now we're at essentially break even. I think we actually had the exact same amount we was at before that loss. So yeah, I think that was a very good trade there. Fairly straightforward. Failing this range, gaining this bearish order block, taking it down to the low straight away. Easy, really. So we can try and look for a re-entry now if we can get one. And maybe we come back up to here, retest this, get the candle it retested off of it, take it down to this low. So we still basically need to make the whole 200 to get that 200 day. Could have easily been avoided by taking profits at that first target in the first trade instead of trying to go for the aggressive move, taking a loss there. We would be up about $120. But hey ho. So we got another trade. There's basically the exact same trade as this one here, right? The exact same setup, the exact same look. I didn't realize there's actually news at 2, which is right now. So I'm going to see if we can try and get a bit more out of this. Potentially kind of smelling a dump here, down. Might have been a bad idea considering it's $100, but we can try and get a bit more here. So now I'm going to settle for nothing less than that. Try and play it down to this order block for just a safe trade, which, like I said, is one of the areas where it can reverse. If it's going to try and continue up, it will reverse there. And like I've been saying in the other videos, I'm looking at these order blocks as something to reverse price up, just to the bearish to continue down. So if that does happen, we can try and get that next trade, finish the day here, and the recording. A fairly easy session here today. Really easy, actually. It's just you're just taking the same trade every single time. This trade and this trade are literally split image of the same thing. taking it here, anticipating these lows going, and whatnot. Quite straightforward. So yeah, we can see if we can try and get that last $47. We will just set a take profit at 47, like I've advised you to do. Once you're that close to the 200 mark, just look up that last remaining amount you need and call it there for a day. Because then if we've done it now, we've now locked up 3 days out of the 5 that we need, and we can move forward from there. At this point, it is just copy and paste the same thing. It's just the same setup every single time. The whole day I've just shown you the exact same move. Now we're just trying to get to the easiest target here, so we can be done with the day. What we can do is, if it's kind of closing, we're still not out. Do you know what we do? We said we needed just how much? $48. Oh, nice. That was a good one for me. I need $4. Okay, that's fine. Just do the same thing, I guess. Just the same trade again, because nothing's been confirmed yet. Not moving down, not moving up. ATT got put in. I'll go for that same trade and we'll just lock up this much here. This is fine. There we go. Alright, we're done. Cool. Obviously, think this can go a lot lower. Target could be here. This should be taken out relatively soon. If we're taking this out, it's kind of on set to at least go down to this weekly. Try and create a move up. It might come up again to here. But overall, I still think it's kind of the exact same thoughts as yesterday. If we hold in these levels, I think it will only just take us back up to the previous high point of the range before it moved down, which would be, if we come back to here and we hold this, we're going to obviously come back up to this range here. So yeah, that was another fairly easy day there. Another 205 locked up now. 609 into profits. I only need two more days of the 200 plus. If this was a real express account, to start withdrawing, and it's simple, really, isn't it? It is just being patient, not overthinking things when there's not really anything to go off of other than the last 2 candles. Because like I said to you all the time, is don't always be waiting for these things. If you know a pattern happens, and you know we've tested this order block, take what's tested out. If your your win rate of this isn't that high, and then slap your stop loss above that previous order box range. But because I've been doing this a long time, I just do it above what tested it, and then I take it down to wherever I think it's going to go, really. But even just looking at this, right, 1.5R, just to that target. So yeah, I will continue this tomorrow. I might do something else later anyway, maybe some back testing or something. I don't really know.